All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders, the great millstone, who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shathir from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. All right. And in this sit down, we're going to highlight a video and a still frame, and both of these things that you are about to see and view is going to let you know that there is a huge retransition of power back from the wicked to the righteous. Okay, there is a great humbling that's already started in regards to the modern day females. So we're going to let this first video play, but actually before we even do that, let's go get this first, the copyright disclaimer, because I believe there's some copyrighted music in there, and I don't want to get a strike for some nonsense. Okay, so without further ado, let's play this video, which I'm sure some of you brothers have already seen, but what appears to be the Judite woman talking about her experience at a singles event at church.
Thinking about how I went to singles night at church, and it was hundreds. I mean, at least 1,000. First, I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people, even thought that it was even possible. I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes, and sizes. Literally African-American women. Like, a room full of singles. And I'm like, this has to be an experiment. Like, this has to be like assimilation. Is that the word I want to use? I think so. Like, I'm confused, and I'm like low-key, like nervous, like for us. Wish it for myself, look y'all. Because where are the men? Where are the men? Then again, don't know. Never mind. Don't.
All right. So we have a woman that went to a singles event at church. There was 1,000 single women in one building, and not one man showed up. Now, here's another thing I'm going to show you. Still frame about what's going on in, I believe, New York City. Let me turn the volume down, because you don't need to hear the volume. I can just read it. It says, breaking. The New York Times found dating for women in New York City is so brutal that some dating events are charging women $100 and men $0. And the attendance ratio is still 3 women to 1 man. See, the retransitioning of power is happening right in front of our very own eyes. Okay, because you have to remember, the Lord prophesied of a time that the woman would eventually come past the man. And I think that's in the book of Job. Don't quote me on that, so we're going to look for it. Talks about how the Lord have created a new thing in the earth. Yep, it's not Job, it's Jeremiah. I knew it was a book that started with a J. All right, Jeremiah 31 and 22. It says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Because, see, what the elites know is that they know that there is a order to everything. Even on the left-hand side, they know that there is a order that needs to be followed. And see, that order is this. What's it in 2 Corinthians? Is it 12 or 13? Don't quote me on that, but we're going to get it. 1 Corinthians 11, and I'm going to start at 1. It says, be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I have delivered them to you. Right, the teachings. And this is one of the teachings. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is God. So it's basically saying the order of things from highest ranking to lowest ranking is Yahweh, then Yahweh Shai, the man, then the woman, and then obviously, even though it doesn't say it, the child. Okay? That's the order of things. And see, the elites know that. And in knowing this truth, this divine truth, they have created a situation where these females have adopted a mindset that we call feminism that is completely contrary to what the Lord ordained. Because the Bible tells us that the woman is a helpmate, that the law has dominion over a woman as long as her husband exists. And there are many things that go with that. But seeing as these women have adopted this philosophy that we call feminism, see, now they're under the impression that the woman is the prize, that the patriarchy is oppressive, okay? That a man shouldn't be telling a woman what to do, that a woman should be able to do anything she wants to do because it's her body, her choice. All right? Women are as smart as men. Women can do anything a man can do. Women would rather have the bear. Okay? Men give women the ick. They're looking for a high value man. I don't cook, I don't clean. I want to have wife privileges while giving nothing in return but some used up box. See, this is the mentality that the modern female has adopted, which we call feminism. And see, you're talking about over half a century of women being able to be put in a position where they can use the law to their advantage to oppress men. And in that time, what have women done? They talked shit about men. Okay? Men have been falsely accused of sexual crimes, whether it be at the job, whether it be at the gym, which was a huge trend at a time. Okay? Men have had the cops put on them because she wanted to lie on him. Men have been taken to child support, which is highly illegal. Okay, women have broken up homes because there are no consequences, and then a man is left paying child support and alimony. So this woman gets to live off adultery money while this man's life is damn near in ruins because he done lost his house, he done lost his car, all right? And he's going broke trying to fight for at least 50-50 custody of their children if they have some. Men have been put to death because a woman is told a lie. And even the scripture says that. Let's get that. I believe that's in 1 Ezra. 1 Ezra 4. I'm going to have to start at... I'm going to just start at 25. I know I could start further up, but I want to get closer to the point. 1 Ezra 4:25. It says, "Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father and mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes." Oh yeah, we are simping. Okay. It says, "Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women." Is this not true? Haven't men committed murder for women? Have men set up their own friends for women? Have men compromised their own dignity to be with women? Are these things not true? We've seen them on numerous occasions. And with this power, women have completely destroyed the lives of men. Now, if you have this situation taking place over half a century, what do you think the result is going to be? Do you think that a kid at school who gets bullied is going to keep taking it and taking it and taking it? No. The person that's getting bullied is eventually going to snap. Just like a person at the job can only take so much harassment. People can only take so much. And men have taken a lot of abuse. A lot of abuse. Unnecessary abuse. Money taken away from, homes taken away from, reputations completely destroyed. And we all know that the scripture tells us how a good name is better than all the treasures, better than all rubies and gold. And to have your reputation completely shattered and destroyed, all because a woman thinks that she's all that or wants to set you up? No. And see, now we're in the situation, as the popular term is being coined now. Now you fucked around, and now we're in the find out phase. And many of these women are finding out that the men in America have completely checked out. Completely checked out. How else would you explain a woman going to church at a singles event? 1,000 women, not one man. And she's not the only one who's done a video where she's gone to singles events and there were no men. New York, women are now paying $100 to get in and men are paying nothing. Shit, when I was growing up, you ain't see that. You either saw women get in half off and they got to pay for their drinks, or with ladies' night, women get in free after a certain time and their drinks would be half off. See, now the roles done flipped. See, now you have these women out here struggling, talking about, I'm tired. I want a man. I actually realize I want to get married. I'm seeing all my best friends from college. They're having boyfriends and fiancés, and they're married, and some of them had children. Some have moved away. And every time I go to these events, I'm like the third wheel. I'm the one that ain't got no man. Or I'm tired of paying bills. I'm tired of taking out the trash. You know what? I had a flat tire, and guess what? I had no man to call. See, these are the conversations. These are the discussions and mental thoughts that women are now having in this modern time, in this divine script, this retransitioning of power. And the thing is, as the scripture says, we are still in the green tree. Things haven't got bad. We haven't gotten to the civil unrest and the purge. If women are out this bad right now, trying to look for a man, barely struggling to survive, living in tents, trailer homes, storage units, women's shelters. Okay, if things are this bad, I don't know what the hell happened to my screen. I didn't even push anything. If things are this bad, imagine what's going to happen when the time of civil unrest and the purge hits. And to see, it's all these things that are happening right now and the things that are soon to come, that are in the works of happening, that is going to bring forth, we all know what I'm going to get, Isaiah 4:1, where it says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And that's just not any old dude. That's not a guy who's just in shape. He has his gun. He's a prepper and he's made a bunker and all this other things. No, it's talking about a man of the Lord. Because if you are a woman and you are not with the man of the Lord, you do not have true covering. Because the scripture tells us in the book of Psalms that the name of the Lord is a strong tower. Okay? The righteous run into it and are safe. I probably just quoted it word for word, but I still want to get it. Let me do safe. Oh, it's in Proverbs. Sorry about that. See, that's why we got to do this. Proverbs 18:10. It says, the name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. And who are the people that have the name? The men of the Lord. The men of the Lord who are worshiping Yahweh in truth and spirit, preaching the doctrine correctly and directly. That is not every man. Those are the only men who will have protection when that time comes. According to, Isaiah 65, where it says that in 13, therefore thus saith Yahweh power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart. It shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For Yahweh power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. So the Lord is telling us that the men of the Lord are going to be in a good case. Now, some of us may be put to death, but still, when you get put to death for the name of the Lord, that ain't no loss. That's a win. You still in a good case because you're going to be the first raised up. But the Lord is saying that his servants are going to be in a good place when all hell breaks loose. And we all know women, what women do when things get bad. Okay? They are the first, along with children, to get spoiled. So if you are a woman, your only protection is going to be with a man of the Lord. And as we read in Isaiah 4:1, you're going to have to come real humble. Let's read that again. Isaiah 4:1. It says, in that day, what's that day? Jacob's trouble. Okay? 7 women doesn't necessarily mean 7, but just a perfect number of women. It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 7, it could be 70, who knows? But there's going to be a perfect number of women for an elect man of the Lord. And it says, and 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, we will provide our own food and victuals, and wear our own apparel. We will provide for ourselves. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So, you can, as you say in this time, you can cook, you can clean, you a strong, independent woman. Now, if that's the case, why would a woman in this day want to get with a man to take away her reproach, her shame? Because it's going to be a time, as the scripture says, as never before. It's going to be a time where a woman, as I mentioned before, will have to be with a man of the Lord in order to be saved out of here. We just read the order. The man is going to need Yahweh Shai to save him. We are the bride. Yahweh Shai is the bridegroom. All right? We need our husband to come save us. Just like you women out there, you will need your husband in that time, all right, to come save you. And see, as I mentioned, you're going to have to come real humble, because you're going to remember that you were probably the one talking about, no, I'd rather be with the bear. You might be one of these sisters that left your man, even if it wasn't for adultery purposes. You just broke up your home because you just wanted to go and do your own thing. Or whatever the case may be. All right, many of you women are going to have to come real humble in that day, because you're going to know what you've done. You're going to know the wickedness that you've done. And you will be at the mercy of a man. You will be fully at the mercy of a man. There's not going to be any talk back. All right. There's not going to be, well, you know, time's over, I can go back to being strong and independent. No. There's going to be none of that. It's either you come humbly, you get in order under a man of the Lord, or you will get fucking put to death by the Lord. Then that's all there is. So this went on a little longer than what I expected, but nonetheless, I hope you all were edified. So the next time, we're going to say Shalom.